Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatu no Jagatraya Guruhu. Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasitravo Vinihataha. Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishna Deva Samuthitam Jagadidam. Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tishtati Vishwametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Sri Narayana. With the blessings of Sri Chinna Jeeyar Swamiji, we are continuing Bhagavad Gita. We completed sloka 24 in chapter 14 last week. We'll start. We'll first review the slokas, questions and answers from the slokas. So start with that. Okay, I'll share my screen. Hope you can see.
Loading.
Loading, yeah. Now we can see it, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we are learning about the gunas, right? So, gunatraya vibhaga yoga. So, we are learning about the three gunas and how to transcend, how to overcome, or how to go above, or how not to be affected by the three gunas, right? So, in that context, let us relook at how do we define our happiness typically? When do you consider yourself happy? Typically, and what are the pitfalls of this pursuit of happiness?
Attachment.
Based on the yeah, go ahead, Andy. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when do I consider myself happiness? I mean, happiness is when I'm in Sattva, having that knowledge and practicing that knowledge, right? That's the real happiness, right? Though the other happiness due to rajas and right temporary happiness we might get, right? But pitfalls is we get attached to that happiness, right? And continue push more and more onto that, right? We would latch to that one, that happiness.
Right. Yeah, based on the knowledge that you already got so far, you're able to define the real happiness. But typically, when you ask some,
When I get fulfilled, that's the happiness, right? Yeah, when I expectation happens, right? Yeah, when I get promoted, yeah.
right, when expectations are fulfilled, I be happy. And what is typically that expectation for us?
Growth, getting money, promotion, right?
Right.
Getting a
Yes.
big home.
So we consider ourselves happy when we experience continuous, right, bodily pleasure without pain, right? We don't want any pains. We only want pleasures, joy without grief, right? And likes without dislikes. We want to experience always whatever we like. We don't want to experience anything that we dislike. We get praise always without any blame, criticism from anyone. Honor, we experience honor without any dishonor. And we want ever growing material wealth, right? Even if we have a lot of wealth, we want to grow beyond that, right? We want to have more and more material wealth. And we feel satisfied when our thoughts and actions benefit our friends, family and friends, who we know. And we feel satisfied when there is some harm to our enemies. I mean, typically, this is what is people are considering as happy, isn't it? I mean, comforts, pleasures, more money, material wealth, relationships, and praise, all this, that is what is our happiness. And what are the pitfalls in this? Now, based on what we already know and based on our experiences, um, what are the pitfalls?
That's
This is temporary.
karmic bondage.
Temporary. Karmic bondage, very good. Yeah, temporary karmic bondage. So, whatever we defined as happiness, it is based on external qualities rather than inherent qualities of the self. So, all these joy, pleasures, comforts, relationships, and likes, dislikes, honor, dishonor, all these, they are all external in nature, right? So, something that we cannot control, we do not have full control of. And those are not our qualities. They are external qualities, qualities of the nature. Okay. And they're not internal qualities of ourself. That is Atma. It is impractical. Whatever we are actually seeking is impractical because nature is a combination of all three gunas, right? And what we are seeking is one quality that suits us. So if I am sattvic, I want sattvic only from nature. If I'm Rajasic, I want only Rajasic experiences. If I'm Tamasic, I want only Tamasic experiences from nature. You ask a Tamasic person to move towards Sattvic, they are unhappy, they become violent, right? Or same, if you ask a Sattvic person to do something other than Sattvic, they feel, right? So, um, this happiness that we defined based on external things, it is impractical. It expecting something pure when we know that it is not going to be that pure, right? And it is always a moving target. Okay, it is either short-lived or constantly out of reach. Right? It's temporary in nature. All this happiness that we feel is temporary in nature, and some of the things that we would probably never experience. It's always out of our reach. And it is tied to attachment. This is the most important one. This is why this concept we are trying to present here. That happiness that we are defining is directly attachment to the effects of the three gunas. So whatever we are experiencing, right? We are experiencing the effects of the three gunas. And we are defining those effects. Based on those effects, we are defining, I like this, I don't like this, I want it, I don't want this, this is good for me, this is not good for me. So like I want this. So we are defining certain characteristics and certain conditions on those experiences that we are getting from the effects of the three gunas. And on top of it, we are defining the happiness as attachment to that, because if it just happens and we don't attach ourselves, we typically don't even consider as happy. For example, I know where something that does not belong to us, right? Even if, let's say, a nice a very expensive car is in front of our house, if it doesn't belong to us, we don't have that happiness. Imagine if we are thinking that that is mine. See, you would see the difference, right? You will feel happy, right? Otherwise, some car is parked in front of our house, right? So when we are attaching ourselves to that effect of the three gunas, that is when we are considering ourselves as happy or sad, right? So we are defining our happiness based on the attachment to the effects of the three gunas, which is directly leading us to get the karmic bondage, which is directly saying that you are going to have rebirth again. Because the root cause of our getting rebirth is attachment to the effects of the three gunas. Nothing else. Not the karmic bondage, not anything else. Right? Karmic bondage will determine what kind of experiences we will have in our next birth. But whether will have a next birth or not is dependent on the attachment to the effects of the three gunas. And we are defining ourselves as happy only when we are attached to the effects of the three gunas. So we are guaranteeing ourselves to have another birth. So by pursuing this happiness based on what we typically think is happy, we are writing on our own destiny that we are going to have another birth. Right? So that's why we presented it. So attachment to the effects of the three gunas is the root cause of for us to get another birth, and whatever quality, whether it's sattva, rajas, or tamas, that is dominant in our life at the time of leaving the body, that determines what kind of birth we are going to get in the next life, right? What kind of body we will take, whether we'll go up, middle, or down. We learned all that earlier, right? So trying to say, give some examples of not craving for desired situations, desirable situations. See, if I should not be attached to the effects of the three gunas, I should not be craving for desirable situations. I should not be hating the undesirable situation, right? So let's see, some examples. A person takes a business trip and stays in a luxurious hotel. So typically what we do, it's so great. That experience is so great. And we either want to prolong it, we want to repeat it, right? Or we want to, go beyond that, that is what is craving for it. Now, when a person does not develop an urge to prolong or repeat that experience, that person is not attached to that effect of the three gunas, right? Um, as long as they are in the hotel, great hotel, they experience, pleasure, whatever happens, that's fine. You are simply accepting the comforts, whatever is there, but that should not give rise to, I want to do another trip, or I don't like this, I want to get another one better than this one, whichever it is, right? Or I want to continue to do this, I wish I continue to do this kind of thing is craving for it, which is going to cause us um, that attachment. That attachment is one which is going to give us the karmic bondage, and we will be getting another birth. Next one, oh, sorry. So um, a person dines at a high-end restaurant as part of a business meeting. They enjoy the ambience and food, but do not develop a craving to visit frequently for indulgence. A person delivers a successful presentation and receives a praise. They acknowledge the recognition, but do not become dependent on continuous admiration. A person attends a grand festival or wedding, enjoying the festivities, but but not feeling the need to constantly seek similar experiences again. Right? So all these are some examples of craving for something that was desirable for us. Well, we liked it, we enjoyed it.
Professor Garu, so you can enjoy that, right? You're saying that it's okay, right? When you go to a high-end hotel or anything, you can enjoy that, right? But as long as you don't get, I mean, you can feel happy about it, kind of a thing, all those things, right? It's okay. I mean, but
Yes. Yeah. So when we happen to go to that hole, not because we were craving for it.
right.
Okay. So let's say, we are on a trip and we happen to go get into a hotel, which is, really comfortable. No problem. Don't feel guilty about it. Oh, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. I want to be, I want to renounce everything. I should not be having this kind of comforts, and or other people didn't have comfort. So why am I having? I mean, don't worry anything about it. You can experience whatever you're experiencing, but you did not crave for it. Okay. Then it's good. And at the end of it, don't crave for repeating or extending it.
Doing it again, yeah.
Right. So that is not craving for desirable situations. And give some examples of a person not hating pleasures when they occur. So this is the pleasure, I mean, the example that you have given, right? So I mean, you can go through this, but when we experience something that is pleasure for us, comforts, pleasures, don't hate it. Directly, Lord Krishna gave that message. How do we need to experience it? Is experience that as um, you
Increase.
know Paramatma's blessing to us, right? Not because I was craving for it, okay? Not because I made a lot of effort to get to that state to enjoy that only, right? So it is something that some enjoyment that is that I'm experiencing it. Well and good, no problem. Experience it as Paramatma's blessings to us. And don't crave for it again, right? And don't hate it, because if you're hating it, you're basically uh, let's say if it is something that you're supposed to experience it, right? As part of karmic bondage, right? We're supposed to experience it. You're trying to get away out of it. You're trying to again attach yourself to it, thinking that I should not be experiencing it. So any experiences that we get, consider it as Paramatma's blessings. And don't have a craving or hatred towards those experiences after it is over. Okay. And give some practical life examples to rise above the three gunas. So we need to understand what is rising above the three gunas means, or what is transcending, the three gunas, which is key for us for liberation. If you don't want to come into this cycle of births, um, handling success and failure with equanimity, right? If you score well on an exam or get promotion, don't become overly excited. Sorry. Um, I'm not reading the whole thing. Not seeking validation from others. If someone praises your work, accept it humbly without developing pride. If someone criticizes you, reflect calmly without reacting emotionally. Next one, seeing material wealth with detachment. Okay, whether you have an expensive car, a simple bicycle, or no vehicle at all, view all these possessions as mere objects, not as measures of your self-worth. So they're they're the objects that we are possessing, right? The um, it's not like we are owning them, right? We have to consider that everything is owned by Paramatma only, including our body, right? And we are making use of it for our whatever duties that we have, right? So whether we have it or whether we don't have it, whatever may be the value, that it is not reflecting our self-worth. Remaining unaffected by likes and dislikes. If you enjoy a certain type of food but are served something different, eat it without complaint. If the weather is too hot or too cold, accept it instead of getting frustrated. Some of these examples, I mean, easy to say, then really practice them. But when we are like closer to what is given here, we are transcending the three gunas. Those three gunas are not affecting us. Prakriti is not affecting us, right? Next one is avoiding bias in relationships. Treat both a close friend and casual acquaintance with the same fairness and kindness, without developing attachment or aversion based on personal benefit, right? Working without attachment to results. While studying or working on a project, focus on doing your best rather than worrying about rewards, recognition, or immediate benefits. Okay. Next one is seeing beyond the physical body. Instead of identifying people based on their looks, wealth, or social status, recognize that everyone is a spiritual being beyond their physical form, right? Um, so treat everyone with equal respect, right? Serving without expecting results, returns. Mm, engage in acts of kindness. Help a colleague, volunteer, or donate without expecting appreciation or rewards in return. Letting go of ownership in actions. Okay. Not clinging to temporary joys for happiness. Okay. We'll move on to next one. Facing criticism and insults with calmness. It's something that we need to see. If someone speaks harshly to you, instead of reacting angrily or feeling hurt, recognize that their words are a result of their own qualities and remain unaffected. It is very typically what happens in these situations is when we get praise or we get criticism. Typically, when we get criticism is when we are affected. When someone um, criticizes us or does not honor us, we think about ourselves and feel bad about it, right? But it is actually the qualities that have affected the other person and showing up as a criticism for us. Okay. So the other person may have expectations and the expectations are not met. Okay. So then what happens? They may start shouting or criticizing us. So the fact that they have expectations is not our problem, isn't it? Okay. So it is it's more of a reflection on their qualities than a reflection of our qualities. If we are able to see it that way, then we do not feel that much hurt. Um, and our reaction will not be anger, hatred, you know. So we'll not get into that. If we have to react, I mean, if we have to respond to it, we'll respond. So this is directly from the no, these effects of the three qualities should not make us react to them. We have to respond to them. Okay. This is a great principle. Respond, but not react. Not being overjoyed by praise. If people admire your achievements, accept their words with humility. Okay. Treating luxury and simplicity equally. We went through that. Remaining detached from personal preferences. Again, when these are like personal expectations, right? I like this, I want this, I need this. These are all preferences that we have. That is those expectations, those preferences that we have lead us to getting attached to the results. So whenever we feel something like, okay, in the previous case, somebody criticized, or they shouted at us. Our expectation is that they should not criticize us. That's a preference that we have. Remove that preference. Avoiding hatred towards opponents. Okay. So treat friends and enemies equally without bias, right? That is the principle that we learned. Working without ego or selfishness. Giving up unnecessary attachments. Not being controlled by desires. Instead of constantly chasing the latest gadgets, fashion, entertainment trends, focus on what is truly essential and fulfilling beyond material gains. So, so this is something that we need to focus on. Accepting life's ups and downs with stability. Not engaging in actions driven by impulse or social pressure. Okay. So basically, all these directly correspond to what we learned in 21 to 24. So what should be our nature and conduct if we want to transcend the effects of the three gunas? Lord Krishna said, view grief and joy equally, remain unaffected by pain and pleasure, focus on the self, regard a lump of earth, a stone, and gold as equal. That means material value is immaterial for us, for Atma. Treat both pleasing and unpleasing experiences as equal. Be intelligent and able to distinguish between the self and the body. Treat blame and praise equally. Maintain a balanced mind in honor and dishonor. Be unbiased towards friends and foes. Renounce all works done purely for material gains. Give up actions that are not prescribed. Let go of attachment in all works. That is ownership and doership in all the works that we do. So if we are practicing these principles, then we transcend the effects of the three gunas, or that should be our conduct, or it should be our nature. Whenever we face such experiences, right? When something, when we have an experience with we consider them, for example, likes and dislikes equally without impacting us, right? Without continuously craving for it or hating it afterwards. Any questions?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, please chant. Mam cha yo vyabhicharena
मां च यो व्यभिचारेण
Yogena sevate.
Bhakti
Yogena sevate.
Sagunan samatityaitan.
Sagunan samatityaitaam.
Brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Let's chant together.
Māṁ bhakti yogena sevate. Sagunan samatityaitaam. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Okay. So Lord Krishna is answering. Mam cha yaha avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Mam sevate. Yaha mam sevate. Whoever serves me. Okay, easy to understand. Yaha is whoever. Mam sevate, serves me. Avyabhicharena, with unadulterated, unswerving, unerring, without, that means avyabhicharena means pure. Okay, with no corruption, right? No, like not deviating from the right path, no corruption, no adulteration, pure. Bhakti yogena, with bhakti yoga, that's devotion. So with unadulterated bhakti yoga, avyabhicharena bhakti yogena, to go together. Okay. Saha, that person, etan gunan samatitya, transcends these gunas, these three gunas, samatitya, after transcending, that continues to transcends these three gunas. And what happens? Brahma bhuyaya kalpate, becomes fit for the pure state of Atma. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate, becomes fit for the pure state of Atma. That means they will realize, they will become fit to realize their self, right? They'll get self-realization. Okay, so what is the means? What is the means for transcending the three gunas?
One here,
Focus on Paramatma, not deviating from.
Unaltered bhakti.
Yes. So
yoga.
who serves Paramatma with pure bhakti yoga, right? Uncorrupted bhakti yoga. That person transcends the three gunas, transcends the effects of the three gunas, and they become eligible, they become fit to realize their self. I mean, they become fit to come out of the cycle. Like, if they overcome these three gunas, right, effects of the three gunas, then they do not get into the cycle of rebirths, right? They will realize their self, right?
In Bhakti Yoga, there are 4 different kinds. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. Right? So one of this should be fine. Right? I mean, any one of them.
So it starts with nishkama karma, right? So if you are not, yeah, you're right. So there are steps, right? if you are not able to do certain activities, then you at least do this. If you are not able to do that, at least do this. Like finally, I mean, our starting point is doing niskama karma, right? Doing the activities without attachment, right? If you are doing karma yoga, if you are practicing karma yoga, it clears our sins that are preventing us from be in the path of bhakti yoga. And why that karma yoga is supported by jnana yoga, we gradually move towards jnana yoga becomes our primary, and then supported by karma yoga, and then from there we graduate to bhakti yoga, which is supported by karma yoga and jnana yoga. So then that bhakti yoga, right, then we will be able to get we'll be fit to get this self-realization. We'll be able to transcend our three gunas. I mean, when we are starting our work, right, we may have difficulty in doing everything as service to God, right? So we have to start slowly, and we are probably pursuing something materialistic things, right? So we start from there. So when we are doing those activities, do the activities as without attachment. Start from there, and then we slowly grow, and then our only goal will be Paramatma only, no longer materialistic things. So, but we continue to do our activities as our duties, but the goal is only Paramatma. Right? So, there are 4 types of people who approach Paramatma, right? Who worship. Yeah, who are the 4? And chapter 7, sloka 16.
Who asks for money, right?
So
Artha,
Jigyarthi,
Jignasu. So one
Jnani Bhartarsham.
Yes. Right. Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, and Jnani.
Yeah.
Artha and Artharthi are seeking wealth. Okay. And Jignasu is a person who is seeking knowledge of Atma. Okay. Or who is seeking self-realization. And Jnani is the final state, is a person who is seeking Paramatma only. Okay. No, not even seeking self-realization. They are seeking God realization. So Artha and Artharthi, so they are running after the materialistic. They want something materialistic benefit. So they are approaching Paramatma. They are worshipping Paramatma. And Jignasu is the one who is seeking self-realization as a means to come out of this cycle of births. Not having the goal of God realization and serve Paramatma always. So that is fine. They will, the Jignasu also, when they reach that state of Kaivalya, so that state is called Kaivalya, and they will get the self-realization. They will not be taking birth again, but they will not be in the state of moksha. Okay, the final, the Jnani is the one who seeking God realization, and they will have the moksha. They are also called moksharthis. The Jignasu is Kaivalyarthi, the one who is seeking Kaivalya state, who wants to have self-realization, always being happy with their self only. Okay. Moksharthi is the one who is happy, when they are serving Paramatma. They are in the state of serving Paramatma, and they get the ultimate bliss. Okay, even higher bliss compared to the Kaivalyarthis. Okay, I mean, we discussed all those. So basically, one who is approaching Paramatma with, as I want self-realization or God realization, okay, and that is my only goal. That is unadulterated Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so typically when we worship, we always seek something from Paramatma, which is fine. Again, Paramatma said, okay, there are people who come to me, for materialistic benefits. I'm the one who will give to them. But they are not the ones who will be eligible to get self-realization or God realization. Everything is very consistent. So we'll look at, if we have time, we'll look at slokas from the beginning up to 14 chapter, up to 13 chapter, wherever the gunas are described and how consistently they are described in Bhagavad Gita. We'll see. So,
One quick question, Ane.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 will be Rajas dominated, right? Out of the 4. So 1 and 2
yeah,
Rajas dominated, right? Pretty much. And 3 and 4, who are already transcended from the Gunas, right? Possibly. Or Sattva.
those who are seeking, those who want to transcend the effects of the three gunas, right?
Yeah.
So they are approaching Paramatma with that. So he is the means. Okay. So they're approaching Paramatma to, to get self-realization or God realization, and he will be the one who will bless those people with I mean, they will transcend the three gunas, and he will, Paramatma will make sure that they transcend. So there is a secret here, which we'll look at in the next sloka also. And once we go through next sloka, we'll see that. Okay, we'll discuss that further. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Please stand. Brahmano hi pratisthaham.
Brahmano hi pratishthaham.
Amrutasya vyayasya cha.
अमृतस्य व्ययस्य च
Shashvatasya cha dharmasya.
शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य
Sukhasya ekantikasya cha.
सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च
Let's start together.
Brahmano hi pratishthaham.
प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य व्ययस्य शाश्वतस्य धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च
Very good tongue twister.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Lord Krishna, this is the final sloka of this particular chapter. Aham hi, because I am. So he, the word he, is typically used as indeed, right? In this particular context, it is because. So he said, in the previous sloka, what did he say? That those whoever serves me with bhakti yoga, okay, after transcending the three gunas, they become fit to get the self-realization, right? So because So Lord Krishna is continuing in this sloka, saying that because I am Pratishtha, means, I'm the means. Amrutasya avyayasya brahmanaha. Amrutasya is immortal, imperishable. Amrutasya avyayasya cha, unchanging. So brahmanaha, individual self, of the individual self. So of, I'm the means, I'm the basis, I'm the support. Pratishtha is the support. I am the support of the immortal, unchanging individual self. Okay. Sasvatasya cha dharmasya, of everlasting dharma. Sasvatasya dharmasya, of everlasting dharma. I am the means, I'm the support of everlasting dharma. So here, Lord Krishna is saying that so I'm the means of everlasting dharma, means I'm the means who gives the results in the materialistic, you know, whoever, I'm the one who is the support for giving the results. I'm the means for giving you the materialistic results like power, money, glory, all this. Okay. So when we are practicing our dharma, we are getting certain materialistic results, right? So I am the means for giving you those materialistic results. Okay. I am the support who gives the materialistic results. And ekantikasya sukhasya. And the ultimate bliss. Sukhas. Asya means of, right? So wherever asya comes in Bhagavad Gita, you can see that it is of. Okay. So ekantikasya sukhasya, of the ultimate bliss. I am the means of the ultimate bliss. So aham pratishtha, aham hi pratishtha. So because I am the basis or support or the means of three things he said. One is of the individual self. Okay, the Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha is referring to individual self. And characterized it by saying that Amrutasya Dharmasya. So that individual self, which is immortal, imperishable, immutable, unchanging. Right? We learned all the characteristics, all the qualities. What do you call? Yeah, the nature of Atma. That's the nature of our Atma, right? And I am the means of giving you the materialistic results like money, power, glory, and everything. And I am the means for giving the ultimate bliss. Okay, so it is very closely, see what he said in 7:16 sloka, in chapter 7:16 sloka, right? There, Lord Krishna explained about himself. He's the one who is giving, all these results to whoever is seeking them, right? Some people are seeking materialistic results, wealth, for example. So here, Lord Krishna said, I am the means of this Sasvatasya Dharmasya, of this eternal, everlasting Dharma, which produces results to you. Okay? The materialistic results. I am the means for giving you the self-realization, the self which is immortal and unchanging. And I am the means for giving you that ultimate bliss. Okay, so any questions on this one? So there is a secret here. So if you just read the previous sloka, what we will understand is, okay, if I am serving Paramatma and if I am having that pure bhakti yoga with pure bhakti yoga, then I will be transcending the three gunas. Right? That's what we will think. But that is not sufficient. Okay? Because I am the one who is giving you all these things, he said. I am the one who is who will make you transcend. I'm the one who will bless you. I'm the one who is giving you the results. So because I am the means, you serve me. Okay, you serve me with bhakti yoga. Then I will be, and then you will transcend. See, if the last loka is not there, we think, oh, if I serve Paramatma, then I will become eligible by myself, right? Right? But Lord Krishna is saying that because I am the one who is giving it to you. So Paramatma is always the means, not any of these, um, the practices that are mentioned. They will lead us towards that goal, but he is the one who will bless us the goal. So we'll see that in 18th chapter. But again, this is very consistent, right? Any questions on this? So we have to practice bhakti yoga. We have to serve Paramatma, and serve all beings as service to God. So that starts with any activity that we do in our daily life, and finally it will lead us towards that bhakti yoga, pure bhakti yoga, where we only seek Paramatma, nothing else. Like nothing else will matter for us. Our only goal will be Paramatma. Then which will make us fit to transcend these the effects of the three gunas. So if you go back and see, if someone says that you have to treat everything, likes and dislikes equally, I mean, it sounds good, but it is very difficult, isn't it? So we need to, if we are practicing this principle of, okay, serving Paramatma, won't it help that, controlling our reactions to the effects of the three gunas? We will not be bothered by the effects of the three gunas anymore, isn't it? So, if we are running after the materialistic things, it's very difficult for us to transcend the effects of the three gunas. But if we are serving Paramatma, if you are doing any activity as service to Paramatma, okay, then we will not be impacted by the effects of the three gunas. Right? If let us say there is a higher materialistic value is there. If our goal is to enjoy more and more materialistic wealth, then we will not be able to see everything equally, right? Piece of gold or a stone, or I mean, doesn't mean that we have to throw away gold and start acquiring sand and stones. But basically, that will not, those are not defining our goals. and we will not be impacted by them. Suddenly we see something gold, oh, I want to have it. Or if we had gold and we lose it, then we cry about it or something like that. I mean, those will not happen if we consider ourselves as Atma and our goal is Paramatma. Or at least our goal is self-realization. Right? Let's look at some of the slokas that we learned earlier in the previous chapters and try to link it to what we learned in this chapter and see if if they're consistent, right? So typically what we said is chapters 13 to 18 is kind of a revision, or it's presenting the same concepts that you learned earlier in a much more focused way, in a different angle, isn't it? So let us see wherever gunas have come earlier in the previous chapters. Okay, so first one is sloka 45 in second chapter. Anyone wants to chant 45?
I'll
Chapter
try.
45. Yes, please.
Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastho Niryogakshema Atmavan.
Very good. So what did it say? Vedic scriptures are concerned about people of three qualities. Be detached from the effects of the three qualities. Tolerant to duals. Yearn for the pure sattva. Detached from material accomplishments or possessions. And be the self-realized. Isn't it what we learned in this chapter? Okay, be detached from the effects of the three qualities. When we read there, when Paramatma said at that time, we probably might not have caught it. Like why, the importance of, okay, what is he talking about, effects of the three gunas, and what happens if we are attached to them, and but when we came into 14th chapter, it is very clear what are the three gunas, what happens if we are attached to the effects of the three gunas, what kind of births we are going to get. There, Lord Krishna didn't explain everything, right? He just said, okay, be detached from the effects of the three gunas. And the next one is fifth sloka in chapter 3. Anyone wants to chant?
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krita karyate havashak karma sarva prakriti jairgunaihi.
Very good. Yeah. So Lord Krishna said in the Karma Yoga chapter, right? No one ever stays inactive even for a second, because every creature is involuntarily pushed to some action by the qualities produced from the nature. See, who is the agent of our actions? It's the qualities of the nature. So we probably might not have caught it at that time. It's difficult to catch that. But now we learned in detail. So we are able to say who is the agent for our actions, not Atma. It is the Prakriti, the qualities of the Prakriti, which, our body is made of elements of Prakriti. So that qualities that we have in our body, influenced by the nature, that is the agent for our actions. And we cannot avoid it, right? That's what Lord Krishna is saying. So when we can't avoid it, we have to do them as Karma Yoga. you cannot escape karma yoga. I mean, you cannot escape the karmas because we are always under the influence of the. It's impossible for us to, come out of the effects of. I mean, come out of these three qualities because we are always associated with the body. And body has three qualities. Okay, so next sloka 27 in chapter 3. Who will chant to me?
I can do.
Please go ahead.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Very good. Yeah. So what did Lord Krishna say? All kinds of karmas that are being done are by the three gunas of the nature. The ignorant one who considers the body as I believes that I am the doer. Right? So the actions are because of the qualities of the nature, that is like because of our body and the effect of the nature on us. But the one who ignorant one thinks I am body, so they think that I am the doer. Okay, so key here is all kinds of karmas are being done by the three gunas of the nature only. Again, the agent of the actions is given here. Okay, not I, Atma. It is the body under the influence of the three qualities of the nature. Okay. Next sloka 29. Who will chant me? Yeah.
प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत्.
Very good. Lord Krishna said, those deluded by the gunas of nature get attached to the activities of the gunas. Those who have complete knowledge should not disturb such slow-witted people who do not have complete knowledge. So where Lord Krishna is saying is, there are some people who don't have this knowledge of Atma, body, qualities of the body, and I am Atma. These are, I'm acting because of the qualities of the body. So people may not be having that knowledge. So Lord Krishna said at that time that we should not disturb those people. So it's in relation to, like, even if we are, above the, we have transcended the qualities of the three gunas. I mean, we have transcended the effects of the three gunas. Still, we have to do our duties. If you don't, then people who don't know about all this, knowledge, they will be disturbed. They'll think that I don't have to do any work, right? So that again, here those deluded by gunas of nature get attached to the activities of gunas. That is a key here. So these people who do not have knowledge about kshetrajna, prakriti, and qualities of prakriti, they get attached to the effects of the three gunas. Whichever is dominant will give us the next birth. Okay. Sloka 37, who will chant?
Second time.
Please.
काम एष क्रोध एषः रजो गुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येनमिह वैरिणम्.
Very good. The desire for sense gratification is born of rajas. And it is insatiate. cannot satisfy. This unfulfilled desire turned into anger is the cause of great sin. Recognize such desire to be enemy. So basically, desires are our enemy. Desires for sense gratification, and when they are unfulfilled, they turn into anger, and that results in great sin. So again, it is related to the gunas. So rajas, because of the rajas quality, we have the desire. So rajas quality is working with expectation. So expectation is another word for desire, right? So so if I'm having expectations on a result, that means I have a desire for a particular result, and that expectation, when it is not fulfilled, will turn into anger, which will lead us to commit great sin, or which will acquire us great sin. So expectations are the root cause, not even desires. I mean, desires will be slightly heightened state of expectations. So as we learned at the time, right? I mean, we may think expectation, what is there in expectation? But expectations are the root cause of all our problems. Either we are having the problem or somebody is causing trouble to us because of expectations. Okay. Next sloka, chapter 4, Jnana Yoga, 13th chapter, 13th sloka in that. Who will chant on it?
I will try.
Ushka, change. Ushka. Go ahead, do it.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्.
Very good, Andy. So Chaturvarnyam, right? The four divisions of all beings are created by me, Maya Srishtam, based on their guna and the related karma that they need to experience. Guna karma vibhagasaha. See here, Lord Krishna very clearly said at that time. So they are created based on the gunas, right? Know me as the unchangeable non-doer, even though I am the doer of the creation. Of course, this is like, even though I am creating it, I'm non-doer. That means I'm not the one who is deciding what kind of birth you are going to get, right? It's your guna and your karma. Based on that, your guna and karma, your next. I mean, guna will give you the next birth, and the karmas will give you what experiences you will go through. Okay, so again, gunas came here. Chaturvanyam, we have to see. Okay, next 13 sloka from chapter 7. Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Full chant, Andy. Please.
Tribhir-gunamayair-bhavaihi yebhi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhyah paramavyayam.
Very good. Lord Krishna said, this entire world, deluded by all objects, composed of these three gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas qualities, does not recognize me that I am superior and immutable beyond these objects. So those who are deluded by these three qualities, they get entangled in those three qualities only. They will not recognize that Paramatma is the superior and who is beyond these three. Right? They don't even recognize that their Atma is superior to these three qualities also. They always think that their body, which is having the three qualities. So that's what Lord Krishna said there. 14. This is very important sloka. Who sent me?
I can.
Please.
Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Medam Tarantite.
Very good, Andy. So, Maya, Mama Maya is my Prakriti. Now, if we after after learning 13th chapter and 14th chapter, now this becomes clear to us. This particular sloka. Otherwise, you'll be thinking, what is he talking about? So, this my Prakriti, Mama Maya, which is divine, the Daivi, and composed of three qualities, Gunamayi, which is the one that is having the qualities. The three qualities is the Prakriti, right? Duratyaya is very difficult to overcome. Okay? Those who take refuge in me only, they will overcome this Prakriti. The last sloka, 14th chapter, the last two slokas of 14th chapter, right? Now we see that going beyond Prakriti, so not transcending the effects of the Prakriti, right? So overcome this Prakriti means overcome the effects of the three qualities of the Prakriti. When will that happen? If you take refuge in me, who serves me with Bhakti Yoga only, right? So the last two slokas of 14th chapter directly given here. So here that's why this is Prakriti, and it is not that it's something illusion and if you have bhakti, if you serve me, if you take refuge in me, I will you will come over this illusion. No, there it is very clearly mentioned that Prakriti, qualities of Prakriti will bind you throughout 13th chapter, 14th chapter I mentioned. Now, how can you get over or overcome that? Is by taking refuge in Paramatma, by serving Paramatma always with Bhakti Yoga, right? Then we will be able to overcome, will transcend the effects of the three gunas of Prakriti. Okay, so Sloka 27. Now we have 3 minutes. Sloka 27. Who will chant in it?
I can do.
Please go ahead.
इच्छाद्वेषसमुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
Very good. Lord Krishna is saying, O Arjuna, all beings are attaining delusion by the infatuation of the pairs of opposites generated by the likes and dislikes at the time of creation. Right? So we are carrying the vasanas with us. And based on the guna that is dominant when the Atma leaves the previous body, it carries that, right? It is carrying the vasanas with it. So we are getting getting the delusion due to that. Okay. Again, the qualities from previous birth is impacting the future births is hinted there. Next sloka 28. Who can chant today?
I can chant.
Please.
येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ये द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ताः भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः.
Very good. So Lord Krishna is saying, but I mean, this is, in continuation. Those people of virtuous deeds whose sin is coming to an end, released from the delusive pairs of opposites, determined in their woes, they worship me. So basically, whatever karmic bondage that we are carrying is kind of acting like a barrier for us in worshipping Paramatma with pure bhakti yoga, right? So whoever is getting released from this, the delusive pairs of opposites, whoever is getting released from the effects of the three gunas, they are able to worship me, right? Okay, virtuous deeds is performing activities as karma yoga. Okay, sloka 14, chapter 13. Can chant,
I will try, sir.
please.
सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितम् असक्तं सर्वभृच्छैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च.
Very good. So in this particular sloka, nirgunam guna bhoktrucha. So now we came into that kshetra kshetrajna vibhaga yoga, 13th chapter, right? So Lord Krishna is saying, Atma by nature is devoid of the three qualities. Nirguna does not have those three qualities that we are thinking that we have, the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. I mean, the effects of the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas that we see, right? I mean, the desires that we get and all that. So we don't have that. Atma by nature does not have those three qualities. It's nirgunam. But guna bhoktrucha, it is the enjoyer of the three gunas. Atma is the one which is experiencing the effects of the three gunas in the embodied state. Like when we are in this body, Atma is the one that is experiencing the effects of the three gunas. That is fine. Experiencing the effects of the three gunas is fine, but don't get attached to them, is what Lord Krishna said. We cannot avoid the experiences, right? Based on our karmic bondage, whatever is assigned to us, we are going to experience them, but don't get attached to them, is what Lord Krishna said. Okay, sloka 19, chapter 13. Who can chant?
I can chant.
Please.
Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanaadivo bhavapi vikaramscha gunamschaiva vidhi prakriti sambhavan.
Very good. Lord Krishna is saying, know that Prakriti and Jivatma are both without beginning, and know that modifications such as desire and hatred, which cause bondage, and qualities such as amanitvam, which lead to liberation, are both born of the Prakriti. So these are all the qualities of Prakriti that lead us to the desires, the qualities such as desires, hatred, and all that. Those are the ones that cause bondage for us, right? And the qualities such as amanitvam, adhambitva, ahimsa, kshanti, rajam, all these which we need to develop, those will lead us to the liberation. They're also born of Prakriti only. Okay. So again, the qualities of Prakriti is given there. I think for three more slokas, if it is okay, 2 more minutes, I think. Yeah, please chant in sloka 21.
Purusha prakritisto hi bhunte prakritijan gunan karanam gunasangosya sada sadyo nijanmasu.
Very good. Sadasat Janmasa. So having seated in Prakriti, which is material nature, Purusha, that is Atma, which is in the body, experiences qualities born of Prakriti. Attachment to the qualities of Prakriti and their effects such as pleasures and pains is the cause of birth in good and evil bodies of this Purusha, right? And so we'll quickly read the meanings here. So sloka 23, whoever knows this Purusha and Prakriti along with the Gunas, that person being present in any kind of body never takes birth again. Right? Okay. So Lord Krishna mentioned that whoever knows the Atma and nature, the Prakriti, and the Gunas of Prakriti, that person does not take birth again. Of course, not just knowing, acting based on whatever we, so we have to make sure that we don't get attached to the Gunas of the Prakriti. Then doesn't matter what body that we are currently in, whatever, any form of the body does not matter. Whatever kind of work we are doing does not matter, but we will not take birth. So that's why this is key knowledge. The Gunas is the key knowledge. And in Sloka 31, Lord Krishna said, "O Arjuna, this supreme self, that is Atma, even while residing in the body, is imperishable as it is beginningless. It neither acts nor it is tainted, as it is free from the qualities Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas." So in 13th chapter itself, Lord Krishna touched upon that Atma does not have these three qualities, and Atma is not the agent of the three actions. And these qualities, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, are the agents of the actions. Okay. Any questions?
This is very good, and thank you so much. I was intending to do this for a long time, and then finally, so happy. Thank you so
It
much.
works, sir. You did, sir, all this, Varaprasad Garu?
Yeah, with Acharya's blessings.
Great work, yeah.
Yeah, and nowadays with technology, it is easier, and it's not that I have memorized everything. I can tell everything through memory, but I'm making use of technology to to overcome that.
Very, very useful and very powerful.
Connecting all similar, yeah.
Yeah, especially Gunas is the key,
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the more we learn about the Gunas, we can directly apply, right? Directly practice. Other things are like, the knowledge, right? But how do we apply? It's not clear. But that the 14th chapter, especially, and also now going forward, it's all application only, application driven. So Lord Krishna gave us everything, what we should practice, what we should not practice, and how we should practice. All that is given. So it is not something that we need to learn at the end of our life in this body, but it's the beginning that we should learn, because it's all practices, right? So the sooner that we learn, the better. Okay, we'll conclude the 14th chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su
Srimad Bhagavad Gita
Upanishatsu
Upanishatsu
Brahma Vidyayam
Brahma Vidyayam
Yoga Shastre
Yoga Shastre
Arjuna Samvade
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna Arjuna Sambhade
Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama
Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama
Chaturdasodhyayah
Chaturdashodhyayah
Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha
Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha.
Jai Sriman Narayana.
Jai Shri
We'll come with the concluding prayer. Kayena
Vacha
Vacha
Manasenjayva
Buddhyatmana va Prakute
Buddhyatmana va
Swabhava
Prakate
Karomi Yat
Swabhava
Sakalam Parasmai
Parasmai
Narayana Yat
Bhagavati
Samarpayami
Samarpayami
Sriman
Sriman
Narayana Yat
Narayana
Samarpayami
Samarpayami
Sarvam
Sarvam
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Arpanastu
Paramastu
Asmatgurubhyo
Om
namaha.
Asmatgurubhyo Namaha.
Gurubhyo Namaha.
Jai Sriman Narayana.
Krishna
Jai
Narayana.
Sriman Narayana. Thank you
Jai
everyone.
Shri Narayan, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.